What up YouTube, BonzEye here, back with another video. Today in Melanesians React, I'll be documenting my buddy Allan's journey into Warhammer 40K. This little mini-series will be featuring Bricky's Every Warhammer Factions Explained, Part 1 and 2. So in this first episode, he will just be reacting to the setting and the Imperium itself. We're not even going to get into the factions themselves because Allan is someone who likes to overanalyze and discuss things in great depth. So that's why I decided to have him watch the entire series and we're gonna analyze every single aspect of it as he goes along. So yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to this little mini-series in my Melanesian Reacts series. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe to my channel if you want to follow up with the next episodes. I will be releasing about 2 every week. So yeah, with that, let's get right into this first part, Intro to the World.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Allan. I'm Bonnie's friend.
How much do you know about Warhammer?
One
40K.
video. Maybe I've seen that one video. I've skimmed through other videos, but not really just to the art. I appreciate the art and the but not really digested a whole bunch of, you know,
Content really.
yeah.
Okay. In general, do you like sci-fi in general?
Yes, I like the Foundation trilogy really appeals to me. Asimov, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Dune, you mentioned you like.
Dune, yes, I like a bit of Dune as well. Just
In general, you like it.
in general,
All
science
right.
fiction.
So you're looking forward to learn of another sci-fi universe today?
Sure. I mean I don't know what I don't know. I might be a bigger Warhammer. You know, Warhammer might grow on me. I don't know, so I'm open to the experience. Sure.
Awesome. I hope it does. All right, bro. Let's jump right into the reaction.
Let's get this party started.
As someone who doesn't necessarily serve the Omnissiah, but someone who can appreciate them, you will not be getting my legs today, as I will be replacing them with various things depending on which faction we are currently talking about to add a little bit more context and possible comedy to whatever the hell I am currently doing. So, hello everybody, my name is Bricky, and this is going to be a long video and
Why
a
is his name
large
Bricky?
project that has been going on for quite some time. This is, I need 2 hands for this. This is every single Warhammer 40K race in kind of a nutshell, explained, a little bit of explanation, a little bit of lore, a little bit of talking about the tabletop, but mostly lore, what they're all about, and also a little bit of background for those of you who just have no clue what Warhammer 40,000 is. Now you see, Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000 is a universe
There's Warhammer and
plenty of, but don't know a whole lot about.
Warhammer
They
40,000.
see, oh, there's these dudes in big
There's Warhammer
power
and
armor with
Warhammer 40K.
chainsaw swords, and they got these
Chainsaw
big old
swords?
green orcs, and there's some bugs over there, and everyone calls these guys weebs, and then there's these spiky bitches over here. And
Spiky bitches.
I don't understand. Where do I start? Well, this video is particularly for you, or for those of you who have a little bit of knowledge, but you're kind of curious about each of the different races and factions.
Heretical viewer, old man. I'm not an old man.
Overall, the
Come on.
Warhammer universe is
Have some respect.
vast when it comes to lore and background, and
Okay.
each different faction is so different with the things that they believe in.
Ooh.
And some are human, some are transhuman, like where they all have all these crazy ass electronics on them. You've got aliens, and you've got the chaos factions, and there's so
Damn.
much to entail that I decided to embark on this project to tell you what each and every single one of them is about.
Wow.
And what the
And the
Warhammer
video's like
universe is about as well. To give
15
at least a
minutes
little
long.
bit of an intro
And
to
it's part
this
1.
extremely bloated but very, very enjoyable world that I and many others partake in.
Okay,
So I
sure.
will be explaining every single faction in
Damn.
the Warhammer 40K
1, 2, 3,
universe,
6,
at least
12.
all the factions you can play
That's
as,
not all of them.
and
17?
some smaller factions here and there.
There's mo-
I will not be
there's
discussing
more.
absolutely everything in it because that is a little bit much, and I'm not going to go
Little
too
bit much.
mega deep into the lore. I'm going to give you a pretty solid overview of each of the different factions.
I like the
and
orcs
you learn a little bit
insignia.
about
It's
them,
very
and
cool.
we'll discuss a little bit of the tabletop as well, in case you were curious about that. But
The
for this
tabletop.
episode entirely, we are discussing the Imperium.
Is
of
there
Man,
anything like the height
because
table
that
in
takes
John
up
Wick?
A fat chunk of Warhammer lore.
Maybe.
I don't know actually.
What is Warhammer 40,000?
40K. What is
well, the 40,000 starts off is the year
40,000.
Oh,
the
okay.
41st millennium. That's
Okay.
where it
Pretty
takes
obvious.
place, is in the year
Wow.
40,000,
As
41,000 AD.
AD. So we're in 2022
More knowledge.
and
Let me
then
read you a
like
quote. First
38,000
amendment
years in the
quotes
future.
in this video.
Crazy.
It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 years, the Emperor has sat
100 centuries.
on the golden throne of Earth. He is the master of mankind by the will of the gods, and master of 1,000,000 worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. He is a rotting carcass, writhing invisibly with power from the dark age of technology.
Dark
He is
age
the
of
Ethereal Lord
technology.
of the Imperium, for whom 1,000 souls are sacrificed every day so that he may never truly die. To be a man in
Why?
such times is to be amongst untold billions. It is to live in the cruelest and most bloody regime imaginable. These are the tales of those times. Forget the power of technology and science, for so much has been forgotten, never to be relearned. Forget the promise of progress and understanding, for in the grim, dark future, there is
only war.
There is no peace
Agreed.
amongst the stars, only an eternity of carnage, slaughter, and the laughter of thirsting gods. Everything
I love it.
blows.
Yeah.
And it blows fucking hard. Warhammer is
Giggity.
probably the most
Everything
dark
blows.
and depressing
Sorry.
universes ever in fiction, or at least like top 3. Everything is so absurdly horrible, destructive, or overpowered that it all kind of ends up canceling itself out. It's like Dota.
Damn.
War rages across the galaxy. Interstellar travel is only possible due to sacrificing 1,000 souls a day to a rotting carcass of a man who you believe to be your god. Demonic gods and just demons tear open the fabric of reality on a whim. Other Xenos or even other humans end up killing each other.
The art is just phenomenal though, like,
across the
damn.
galaxy. It is a time of unending war, slaughter,
I love
and
it.
bloodbath amongst everyone. Planets are deemed unrecoverable and are completely destroyed on a whim.
Of course.
Everything sucks. But that's like the charm of it.
Yeah.
See, everything in Warhammer is evil. But being evil is kind of fun. Like, humanity, in its own right, is a xenophobic, prejudiced, and religious zealot group that kill each other just as much as they kill all of their enemies. And they're like mid to high tier evil on the evil scale of Warhammer. Nobody is good. No matter who you are, everyone
Nobody is good. Yeah.
Flavor,
Agreed.
color of evil. Whoever you
Agreed.
pick, you are going to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
But that's the fun of it. Because being the bad guy is badass. Villains are cool. They look cool, they got cool outfits, they got cool weapons, they got cool armies.
Definitely.
Villains are cool, man.
Yeah, man.
And when everyone is a villain, everyone is pretty cool. That's what makes this so charming.
Bro,
is
I
that
love it. I love
Everyone
it.
can be the bad guy. So let's
I wanna
start
be the
off
bad
talking about the main bad guy, quote unquote, the Imperium of Man.
The Imperium is a person, huh?
The Imperium of Man
it's
is
the
main empire.
The
of
Empire.
human race.
Oh.
All of
Imperium
humanity is under
Empire.
this one flag called
Damn.
the Imperium. About 10,000 years ago, there was a man. He was the Emperor of mankind, a 10-foot-tall psychic demigod who led humanity across
10,000
the
years
stars
ago.
to colonize
So it's like 30,000
tons and tons
AD.
of worlds, create superhuman soldiers, and really bring humanity into a new age.
Of course.
This man, the Emperor of mankind, was a psyker. And a psyker is
psyker.
like a magician of sorts. In the world of 40K,
A prophet.
there is the warp, the immaterium, kind of like hell, but sort of like a purgatory dimension of hell. And a psyker is someone who can take that power and manifest it through their mind to use it to do stuff, like witchcraft stuff,
Prophet.
magician stuff,
Magician.
spells, and lots of other things, but we don't want to get too into that. The Emperor,
Shaman.
big boy psyker,
Shaman.
top tier, A+, maybe even S. Now the
A+.
Emperor created a bunch of sons. Yes, created a
Created a
bunch
bunch
of
of
sons known
sons.
as the Primarchs.
Damn. 20 Primarchs.
18 Primarchs.
18
to
Primarchs.
have them lead all of the different legions of humanity to the different stars and plans to help colonize.
Just like
and bring it
Jesus
out.
and the apostles.
These Primarchs are basically like little versions of the Emperor. Not all of them are psychers, but a lot of them are very, very powerful, and they lead his special Space Marine legions.
Then this big clusterfuck happened called the Horus Heresy, where the Emperor's favorite son, the Primarch, Horus, ended up joining Chaos and leading 9 other, well, I guess 8, 9 of the 18 half of the Primarchs directly to Earth to fight down the Emperor himself. Now, if you know what Chaos is, remember what I mentioned earlier, the warp, that Immaterium, the hellish place? In there relies the 4 chaos gods. Imagine like Satan and 3 other Satans.
Damn.
Being kind of evil, those chaos gods, that's the reason. And so those chaos gods...
The chaos gods are like the planets.
And then Horus helped manipulate all 8 other Primarchs to lead this giant coup directly on the Emperor on Earth. And they fucked up shit. After this huge civil war, Horus died, but not before brutally wounding the Emperor. And right at the end of his life, they put the Emperor on this large golden throne on Earth, in which he is now alive, just barely, but slowly rotting away, powering something called the Astronomicon, so long as he stays alive, and is fed 1,000 people a day. The Astronomicon is like the North Star.
Why does he want to be alive? Die.
Travel in 40K, you need to pass through that demonic warp I mentioned earlier. But how do you know where you're going? Well,
so he's not immortal?
Putting a nice little navigator
I'll answer that.
helps navigate you to know where you're going. If you want to go
he can even
to some crazy solar system across the way, you need to go through that warp, and then you need to know where you're going, go through there, and pop your way out. It's like doing nether travel in Minecraft, so you can shorten the distance between going to areas. So long as the Emperor is alive, and being fed 1,000 people to stay alive, you can do that. The moment he dies, interstellar travel's gone. For all
so they're keeping him alive for interstellar travel.
Horus Heresy 10,000 years ago, the Imperium has fallen from grace substantially.
Fallen from
all
grace.
Technology has started to dwindle and die. There is now giant fundamental religious extremists that now believe the Emperor of Mankind was a deity, a true living god, which is probably the last thing the Emperor would have wanted to be remembered for. So now you have this...
The Emperor was probably like a no-fap champion.
This giant church entirely devoted to spreading the good word of the Emperor. He is now the Holy Emperor God, the God Emperor.
The God Emperor.
Mankind.
I like that.
All of the Imperium has taken up worshiping him to the fullest extent.
No-fap champion.
Anything that isn't humanity in his name. The Imperium has this futuristic gothic tone to it and a hefty religious zealotry to it. If you think anything against the Emperor, that's heresy and you deserve to die. That is called being a heretic. Heretics die in 40K. There is no such thing as freedom of religion. There is no such thing as freedom of speech, so long as you are against the Emperor. There is no such thing as any kind of tolerance. Everyone is
complete submission.
Zealot. Some more than others, but no matter what, you preach in that good word. So right now, everyone in humanity is trying to expand their empire across the stars. If you are a heretic, someone who doesn't believe in the Emperor, you are deserving of death. If you believe in the Chaos Gods, you are also a heretic and you deserve death. If you are an alien race of any kind, you are a filthy Xenos and you deserve death as well. So long as the murder continues and humanity expands, the Imperium of man is very, very happy. However, the largest fighting force of this Imperium is my personal favorite faction, and the first faction we will discuss, the Astra Militarum, or also known as the Imperial Guard.
The Imperial Guard. Pause?
Yeah.
Alright. Damn. The Imperium of Man.
Okay, bro. So, what do you think of what you just saw?
I like it. I like the philosophy of it, of the whole romance of it. Not like a romance in the sense of grandeur and like it's very fleshed out in its own. It appeals to me.
It's a very deep lore universe. That's why it appealed to me so much, because I love universes with such a deep lore.
It like one thing that I resonate with is that at the end of everything, at the base of it, that there's war. It's just all conquest. On the there's the Emperor and him being a psyker and being able to tap into all these technologies and whatnot, like this ether and what was it called? The space, the warp, and manifest it in like physical realm. But at the end of it, it's just conquest. Everyone's set in their ideology, like, oh, my way is the best. The Imperium of Man has the best way, and we have to tell that to everybody. We have to conquer. Like, it is, everything tends back to war. Like, you escape war to be like a evolved person and come, and then at the end of the day you're like, wow, no, we have to go to war.
So he's
theology.
Exactly, he's like this powerful person and whatnot, and then like I mean, I guess at the end of the day he's trying to create stability and everything in his universe, but then how do you do that? You enforce it more or less, and then he ends up
at the end of the day, it's violence that is the truth, that is currency, right?
Yeah, I knew you'd kind of like this universe as much as I did. So let's
I mean, there's one thing that he mentioned, that humanity, to be a human alive in this, you're just one among billions, and we're an interplanetary trillions, sorry, and we're an interplanetary species that go on not just interplanetary exploration, but like conquest. You know, fighting other Xenos on their home planet, where like taking the fight to them, to tell them like, no, this is like, the Emperor of Man is the best thing that'll ever fucking happen, that'll ever happen to you, you know, and you're all below us, and serve the Emperor, because he's what worked for us, and he'll work for you too. You just don't know it, so just submit, right? It's beautiful and it's terrible, but it makes for good entertainment.
Yeah.
You know?
I love it because of that shit, to be honest.
And there was this question in my mind, like, you mentioned the depth of the lore, like, does it connect, does it flesh out all this 10,000 years, or like how much
That's
of
what
it
I was trying to get.
how much of it does it bridge, like how we went from like figuring out how to refuel rockets and reusable rockets to conquest of just the immediate. And one thing about these the gods, like 4 Satans, right? That like, I don't know, this thing popped up in my mind, like these, like we have these like huge planets just in our solar system, in proximity of us, that through their gravity and through their, to some extent, control what happens on the planet Earth. Not because they want to control us, but just because they're like, Zeus was just out doing his thing, and him like sneezing caused a whole bunch of stuff for the planet Earth. Not because he hated or he had any particular, it's just because like you have an ant on you, and then you have an itch and you scratch it and the ant gets killed. It's like, I don't hate the ant, or it's just an ant, you know. So when he talked about the 4 Satans, I imagined like, whoa, it's like the planets just immediate, maybe because of the warp, everything is visualized differently. But I can understand, like I can visualize and analogy, something you could resonate, something you can understand. And then it's
that's cool. I've never thought of it that way. We'll get into that, I suppose, the more we discuss it, but I don't want to give it away too much now. But basically, like humans exist and the gods exist, and then by proximity of what they are, they affect us. Whether or not they're, you said you didn't think they were necessarily evil or anything like that. That's an interesting perspective that I think most noobs to Warhammer wouldn't immediately say, whereas you said that. So that kind of puts you in a very interesting step. Yes, he will talk about them in the next video, not this one, but we'll get to it. I think for now, though, we can probably end off here. I just wanted to get your impression of the world in general. And in the next part, we're going to react to the Astra Militarum and the Space Marines, and I guess maybe one more after them. So yeah, you're looking forward to that?
Oh yeah, definitely, bro. I could do this all day.
Awesome. All right. We'll catch you in the next episode.